Hola, buenos noches, and good evening. This is your weekly news report, and I'm your host, Pedro, along with Rafa and Chief Meteorologist Ariana. Efforts in Congress to make daylight saving time permanent sprang forward Tuesday after the House passed legislation that would remove the need for Americans to adjust their clocks twice a year. The measure, known as the Sunshine Protection Act, passed 308 to 117. It would put the country on the time currently observed from March to November unless a state exempted itself before the act took effect. The bill now heads to the Senate for consideration. Almost all states have considered legislation to stop the biannual time changes, and 19 states have enacted bills that would allow year-round daylight saving time if Congress were to do the same. Daylight saving time was temporarily used as a wartime measure during World War I and World War II, but it wasn't made official nationwide until the Uniform Time Act of 1966. The change made it so that clocks are advanced 1 hour in March and delayed 1 hour in November. Arizona, Hawaii, and various U.S. territories, including Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, don't observe daylight saving time.
At least 2 people have died in flash flooding in Texas Hill Country as large and deadly flood waves surge down rivers and creeks, spurring more than 230 rescues as of late Thursday. The Guadalupe River at Comfort, Texas, rose 25 feet in 1 hour on Thursday as slow-moving storms dropped several inches of rain. About a year's worth of rain has already fallen in southern Texas. While water levels have receded in some areas, officials urge residents to remain vigilant as more rain loomed ahead, including possible downpours this past Thursday, going into Friday. In Kerrville, officials said accurate warnings in time saved lives in the community still reeling from last year's deadly July 4th floods. First responders had conducted more than 230 rescues in Texas amid heavy rains and flooding, Governor Greg Abbott said during a Thursday afternoon news conference. More than 85 boats, 20 aircrafts, and 200 high-profile vehicles were deployed to assist in rescues.
The Food and Drug Administration is investigating iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell by Taylor Farms as a possible source in an escalating outbreak of cyclosporiasis, a stomach bug that causes weeks of severe diarrhea in 5 states. Nationwide, nearly 7,000 people may have been sickened, with 1,645 of those cases confirmed and more than 5,100 still under investigation. No deaths have been reported. Earlier this week, the CDC announced an investigation into more than 400 cases in Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. Indian also appears to be part of that outbreak as well. It's unclear whether produce from Taylor Farms could be linked to cases in other states with cases. Health officials have said it's likely that multiple outbreaks are ongoing in at least 34 states. In an emailed statement, Taco Bell said it has voluntarily removed lettuce suspected in the outbreak from its supply chain nationwide indefinitely and will replace it in selected states within the next day. Michigan has been hit hardest in the outbreak, with 4,312 cases as of Thursday. The state's health department said that 102 people in Michigan have had to be hospitalized.
Hello everyone, I'm your Chief Meteorologist Ariana with a look at your weather forecast for the week ahead. The ongoing wildfires across western positions of Ontario will continue to be a source of wildfire smoke affecting portions of the northern part of the U.S. this weekend into next week. Very hot and moist conditions will focus over the south next week as northern tier shortwaves and moderating surface fronts. Focus rounds of locally heavy rains and strong to severe thunderstorms from the Midwest and Great Lakes regions to the east. Ample monsoonal moisture will continue for the southwestern deserts region and Intermountain West and Rockies, and then the plains to fuel-enhanced showers and thunderstorms as a closed upper high shifts to the southern plains. Meanwhile, current tropical storm LII is forecast by National Hurricane Center to weaken into next week while lifting northward well off the west coast. Heavy rains with strong winds are forecast to work through the Midwest and Great Lakes region the first part of the week given shortwaves aloft and wavy frontal push. An embedded slight risk of excessive rainfall have been introduced from the southwestern deserts region into the Intermountain West around midweek. Troughing and tropical moisture in place may lead to heavy rain, and marginal risks are from northern Florida to the coastal southeast for isolated flash flooding for Tuesday into Wednesday. Now here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the Phoenix, Arizona area. We'll see below average daytime temperatures for the entire week with highs reaching anywhere from the upper 90s early in the week to mid-100s by end of the week. Monsoonal moisture will continue to stick around with the possibility for rain and thunderstorms nearly every day this coming week. Overnight lows will continue to be on the warm and sticky side, with lows ranging from the low to upper 80s.
We take you out to the desert where the St. Louis Cardinals took on the Arizona Diamondbacks at Chase Field Saturday evening. The D-backs scored 3 runs in the third, all with 2 outs to make it 4-0. Nolan Arenado had a 2-run double as he closes on 2,000 career hits. Brandon Pfaadt had another good day on the mound since returning from the minors, and the Arizona Diamondbacks beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-3 on Saturday. The National Hockey League announced July 16th the schedule for the 2026-27 regular season. For the 8th time in 10 years, the Golden Knights will begin their season on home ice when they host the Chicago Blackhawks on Tuesday, September 29th at T-Mobile Arena. Puck drop between Vegas and Chicago is set for 7:30 p.m. Pacific time in the opening game of Season X. Opening night will be broadcast nationally on ESPN.
That will do it for this week's weekly news report. As always, thank you for watching and have a great week. Como siempre, gracias por ver el video y que tengáis una buena semana.